Hello, everybody. Back here again for another vlog a day, and today was Monday the 15th, and today was a dreary, cold, crappy, windy, rainy day all day, and dark and just cloud covered. It was absolutely just a miserable specimen of weather outside. So, went ahead, had a bunch of stuff around the house here to get done. I got kind of a slow start to it. Ended up just chatting with a friend of mine for quite a while in the beginning part of the day. Not really a big deal there. Just it felt good to do that. Had a handful of things, like I said, to get taken care of. Nothing major. Just general stuff. There's a bunch of stuff outside I should have been doing, but I was like, that weather was just gross and just dark and dreary, crappy feeling, and didn't feel like being out there. So part of me was thinking about getting up, and my plan was actually to run at midnight last night, a little after midnight, to get my today's run in for my run streak. And by midnight, I was just beat, and my body had kind of just started shutting down on me and told me it was not going to let me run very well or very far. So I said to hell with it and went ahead and just got up. So I'll get up in the morning, I'll go run. And then I woke up in the morning, didn't really feel like running, so I put it off. And then, of course, by the time I felt like running, it was starting to rain. It was raining hard. It was cold out. And it wasn't that cold. I think it was in the 40s. I think that's where it was at. But it was still cold enough when you add the rain into it. Really makes a whole lot difference. Crazy wind and that. And then went ahead and said to hell with it, suited up, threw on my rain gear, and headed out on the streets. And definitely, I find myself when I'm running in really bad weather, it'd be like snow and sleet and rain, that kind of stuff. I tend to stick more to like the sidewalks and the roads that have a lot more people, a lot more traffic on it. When there's beautiful weather and stuff, or just like regular cold days, I usually go run off in the areas where there's nobody around and stuff. And it seems like when it's crappy weather, I find myself not really making a plan, running more on the highways and more on the main roads. And then I realize I think it's just I want to look more like a badass to people, and for them to think I'm more, I guess, crazy is a better word than anything, psychotic and driven, I guess, to be out there running that kind of crap. So while running today, I did actually run by my insurance agent's office, and the receptionist there had been talking about wanting to maybe get out and do some running when I was in there looking to get insurance. And again, I think it's one of those typical people who say they want to do it but don't actually want to do it. So I went by and banged on the window, and that Bruce and I did, and basically told them, I said, hey, wuss, you should be out here running, kind of thing. There's no excuses, no reason why you can't be. And they're like, oh, I'm working. And I'm like, whatever. You haven't been outside running, walking at all, so you can't blame the fact you're working right now on it. So one of his kind of wanted to show off and kind of show him the fact that it takes dedication, takes drive to reach a goal. And that's something that most people kind of forget about. They don't realize the fact it took them years to get fat, and it's going to take you most likely years to get skinny again. And not even necessarily skinny, I should say healthy. It took you years to get unhealthy, it's going to take you years to get healthy again. So went out there, I kind of look at my running in the rain and stuff as a bit of a motivation, and trying to show people that anything is possible if you just get out there and just bust your ass and put your mind to something. So went ahead, got that all taken care of, got back home, and decided to give my dog a bath. Figure we're already wet. And it was like I said, it was cold there, but it wasn't horribly cold. So I hooked up my hose, ran out the window. I can mix the hot and cold water together. So I got nice, super warm water for him. Gave him a bath, and he wasn't in a real good mood about it. But that was because I called around the couple places I used to get him groomed at in Des Moines yesterday, and they all raised their prices minimum $20 each. And I was just like, I was already at the borderline of thinking it was worth it or not worth it. And I was just like, God, I can't justify that. I'm like, then you add another $20 on top of that. And I was like, no, I'm good. I'll bathe him at home. I mean, he needed to get a better grooming, because they do a little better job. They're going to spend a little more time on his nails and stuff than I do, and they're going to clean his ears better than I do. But his ears aren't that bad. It's just like the hell with it. And also, one thing they would have done is they would have expressed his anal glands. And I've had people try and tell me, oh, it's super easy, and here's how you do it. And they try to teach me, and I'm like, I'm not ass raping my dog with my finger to squirt that out. That's just way too close of a bond I would have for my dog. So there's a vet that I use in Ottumwa that only charges $6 to do it. And I know you're thinking, $6, it adds up to be a lot, but this will be like the second time it's need to be done, and I'm good with that. I mean, like, if I do it every 6 months, hell, if I did it every 3 months, that's still only $2 a month. I'm not willing to violate my dog that way. That's not going to happen. I do not need to stick my finger in my dog's butt for $2 a month. So definitely worth every single dollar plus about 50 more not to do that. So I would actually rather like I'd pay more to have that done than having my dog groomed fully, just because I'm not into that. That is just, I don't know. Ever since I heard about that happening, I found out that was actually a real thing when I was a kid. It creeped me out and freaked me out. So I did talk to a few people, and I found a couple of supposedly home remedies that you can basically help do to help keep your dog from having that be a problem. Some different natural organic foods and stuff you can feed him, and some of that kind of stuff as like a supplement. So we'll see what happens. I'll give that a try and see if I can't maybe knock that down. But when his gets bad, it stinks really, really bad. So I want to get that taken care of. And that's pretty much, I'm hoping to go up there maybe, I don't know, maybe tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, something like that. The way it sounds is right now, I think I'm going to head for Kansas City on Friday. I've got if I remember getting an award down there and stuff, so I'm going to go down and kind of surprise them. Maybe spend the night Friday night, and maybe even possibly spend the night Saturday night too. I haven't figured out what I'm doing fully yet, but figured out there's a chance of snow down there and a little bit of chance here too. So if I can get the truck fixed and make a whole lot better trip for me, just because of the fact that I forward drive in case I needed it, it'd be badass to have that. So we'll see what happens. Worst case, trying to take the car. It's got good snow tires on it. Won't be a big deal there, but I gotta get the truck in there. I did top it off with brake fluid to basically at least so I can get it around and stuff in case the weather gets bad here and I can move it safely. But I gotta get it in the shop. I'll call the guy tomorrow and find out when he can look at it. And I might just throw it on the trailer and haul it over there and drop it off to a shop in Bloomfield, and then head on up to Ottumwa, and maybe even possibly if I can get it set up on Wednesday, he can actually get it looked at and get it worked on Wednesday. I can pick it back up on the way home, which would be badass and save me an extra trip over to Bloomfield. So we'll see what happens with all that and go from there. So that's pretty much all I got for today. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe and wonderful day. Thanks for watching.